What is a product/service that you can't still believe exists in 2019? www.pointness.com is still owned by some mom-and-pop computer repair guy from the 90s. I remember stumbling across this by accident when I was looking for my first car in 2000. He's been fighting Nissan Auto for decades and won't give up his domain. Bad looking home screen. Flashing text. Hundreds of pages in a single drop-down. Yep, it's a 90s thing. I work for a grocery store that for many years has had a phone line where people could call and it would tell them the current time and temperature. They still have this system, and if it isn't working we get phone calls from people angry that it isn't working. I think this is cute in a quaint sort of way. The local TV station also gives the time and temperature before the news. Very retro. Yay, it's cute until you have the 70-year-old man who calls and swears a storm because he can't figure out if it's hot outside or not without calling a computer that was made in 1982. It is a nice feature for nostalgia's sake, but good lord. Video stores. There's one near my house that still stocks VHS tapes. I have no idea how they keep the lights on, but I go there from time to time just for the nostalgia. Convenience fees for paying online. They're such bullcrap. I just had to get my college transcript sent to another school in the same college system, both schools underneath the same administration. Cost was $10 plus a $4 convenience fee. Are you kidding me? I played Neopets religiously like a decade ago, and the website is still up and running. It hasn't changed since. Same layout and everything. Every now and then I log in and play for a bit when I'm bored. I like the nostalgia. Yeah, I admittedly still get stoned and play Mirka Chase. Love that game. McAfee antivirus. My dentist's building has an employee just for pressing the buttons in the elevator. You're paying too much for your dentist. Who's your dentist guy? Crentist. That sounds a lot like dentist. Maybe that's why he became a dentist. AOL. Everyone used them for dial-up internet back in the early 2000s, but they still provide internet to tons of people. I sometimes find it hard to believe that you can go into a beauty salon and say to someone, "Hi there. I think my asshole is a little too dark. How much would it cost to have you bleach it for me?" And they would respond with a number, and if you paid, they would actually bleach your asshole for you. Personally, I prefer the term changing your ringtone over bleaching your asshole. Sorry for my bad English. But in the place where I live there are guys going around the houses and whistling. What they do is sharpen your knives with a stone they carry. Edit, I'm from Mexico. Amway, Mary Kay, and any of the legacy multi-level marketing schemes. Guess that's why ones like Herbalife survive too, since the old ones have as well. The Facebook guy who posts Michael Jackson updates every day. Those stores that rent out furniture and appliances at exorbitant rates. They prey on poor people. If you need a bed and mattress, it's a better option for hard up people to pay £20 a month for 4 years instead of £300 at once. Figures not accurate, I know that beds cost more than that. Telemarketers, how? You have called this number 12 times in 3 weeks, and it is my work phone. If I didn't believe the eyes was filing a claim against me the first time, why the hell would it work the next 10 times? Or that your social security number has been disabled. Who falls for that? Elderly. Yep. My grandpa got scammed out of like 30k with one of these. Twice. The Schwann's man. Dudes drive around in trucks and peddle frozen goods door to door. Nothing against them or their product, the premise still just weirds me out. It's like a milkman. The US Postal Service will still keep forwarding a letter 3 times in the hope of reaching the correct person. All for the cost of 1 stamp. Long distance hikers use this feature to ship stuff to themselves while on the trail. They call it a bounce box. Basically, you mail stuff like your ice axe or crampons and extra food. Then when you get to the post office you mailed your shit to and find you don't need it, you ask the post office to forward the unopened box to the next town that you'll be going through where you might need that stuff. The USPS will forward it, free of charge. Edit. I should have pointed out that this won't work on just any box. You need to ship it priority mail. I move every 6 months. I love USPs. Vacuum shops. I had an issue with my sewing machine a few months ago, and the nearest authorized repairer was a vacuum shop that looked straight out of the 1980s. It was such a surreal experience being in there. MySpace technically still exists, but they lost all of their users' data a while back. Infomercials. I can't believe you still can buy things from TV. Call now and you'll get 2 things that are Russells. Thanks, now I have 2 parrot toys that reminds you chores. Fax machines and everything that goes along with them. I didn't realize faxing was still a thing until I worked at a wraps store and saw a lot of people coming in to fax stuff. I guess some companies consider it more authentic than an email. Faxing is still a big thing in hospitals, physicians' offices, and pharmacies. A lot of patient information travels by fax. My small office, single doctor, limited service, has 2 fax machines we keep busy. Door-to-door salesmen. No one takes them seriously and almost no one ever actually buys their shit. I recently moved to a more suburban area that's supposedly strictly no soliciting, but security companies won't stop knocking on my door. One time the same company came knocking 3 different times after I told them a hard no each time. It's so annoying that I'm seriously thinking about getting a fake security sign/camera to put in front of my door just so they'll leave me alone. The doctor still has to use older digital technology to check my prostate. Edit 1. My physician is a female. Edit 2. For those of you who are confused. A prostate examination, also called a digital rectal exam, DRE, is when a physician inserts his or her finger into your rectum to directly feel the prostate gland. My father recently had prostate tests and passed all with flying colors, but the digital exam the doctor used caused the doc to say, "I don't know for sure, but something may seem a little off. Let's do the more invasive test to make sure." Because of this doctor sticking his finger up my father's bum, the prostate cancer was detected early. Dad just finished up radiation treatments, and it looks like it was completely successful. TL, doctor, a finger up there, but saved my dad's life. The Space Jam website is still up and running the way it was in 1996. The Northeast support phone line. Nintendo still answers anyone who calls. The number is written on the back of the Northeast's. Wait, the one on the back of my Gamma Boy might still work then. Maybe I can get it fixed. The little sticker of Mario with his screwdriver and stuff. He waits by the phone, and he sighs in dismay, for nobody calls anymore in the day. But that's when it rings, and he answers with glee. He picks up the phone and it says, "It's me. Fire. Been the same shit technology for like 3 million years. Recently, I was a bit surprised to see that Walmart still sells cassette tape recorders. Tanning beds. Just a cancer box. Child beauty pageants. They're just so creepy. I'm gonna regret asking this, but other than parents, who else are supposed to be benefiting from these creepaloozas? According to South Park, the judges. Actual physical checks and companies that demand them as payment. It's a piece of paper. Wouldn't you rather I send you an actual wire payment? We are planning a wedding now, and the amount of vendors who are like, what? PayPal deposit? Atch. Venmo? No. Put a piece of paper in the snail mail to send to me, so I can then take it to the bank and deposit it, and hope it's good, then you're confirmed. Is baffling. Cash only restaurants. Get a fucking iPad and a Square account. I'm sure they have reasons, but all I can think is that they are lying about how much money they take in. Also, a cash only restaurant in my neighborhood has an ATM that costs $3 or $4 to use. Kinda feels like a slap in the face. Gas station attendants that pump your gas for you. Can't believe it's illegal to pump your own gas in some states. It takes less skill than, I don't know, driving. Cable. Such a fucking waste of money with all the streaming services these days. Streaming services are so fractured that it actually became cheaper for me to get cable internet/TV. Yahoo. Subscribe to my channel. I will be posting daily Reddit answers to life's greatest questions.